I am Matthias Koole, and I play guitar, electric guitar. As an improviser, I play electric guitar. Georgette is it's a shared working place for artists. So we have a rent, which all the artists share between them, and we have visual artists, video people, but as well as Hiki and I, Hiki Wall, and I are part of Georgette, and we organize improvisation series called Quartas de Improviso. And that's an improvisation venue which is at this moment happening mostly in Georgette, and it is organized in Georgette, even if it happens in other places. Also, we have also a nice group of we have this big diversity in disciplines also. So it's starting to get a bit of a reference in very different ways. And also in Georgette there's Hiki and I, but there's also another organization which is in Georgette, which is No Wonder, and they're more dedicated to more experimental rock music and things like that. So for example, there are already people like Chinese cookie poets, for example, they are coming to play in Belo Horizonte, and they're playing in Georgette also through the contact with the Hiki, but also through the contact with Audio Rebel. There was an Austrian guy, Ide Klang, is the name of this project, I forgot his name, and he played in Audio Rebel, and then they sent them to Georgette, but through No Wonder, so it's not through me and Hiki. Basically, I have a background in classical guitar, but I always was very interested in contemporary music, and then from contemporary music, first improvisation concept which really had made a big impression on me was Peter Jacquemin in Belgium. I saw an improvisation concert with him, and then from that moment on, just the moment I was starting to study in Belgium, I started to doing some improvisations with Stefan Prince, which is a colleague of mine, and then it something very organical. I never really dedicated. I never really practiced improvisation, or never really chose. Oh, now I want to be an improviser. It's something that started coming up, also because of my interest after this concert of Peter Jacquemin, and also because of my contact with contemporary music, my experience in contemporary music, and then from contemporary music you start to use more open scores. I did quite a lot of treatise, Cornelis Caudius, so you start to get in this zone which is between scored music and improvisation. And then I started doing more and more improvisation, and now that I moved to Brazil, back to Brazil, I've been doing maybe more improvisation than written music. I imagine in some way things can be taught. I'm not at all convinced it should be taught. I think, yeah, it can be, why not, but I don't know if it should be taught. I had a bit also this way in through graphical scores. So these kinds of things, I think they help you to get into it, but I don't think it's something necessary. I think the main thing is still play, like always, and play and listen, and I don't know if there's a kind of, if you can close a kind of method. Also, free improvisation is of course you have. I mean, for example, I feel people here play in a very different way than I'm used to playing in Belgium, for example. I mean, I don't know, there's also this classical thing, no? People talk about the Berlin scene or the London scene, the London school, the Berlin school of New York. I mean, people do it differently, so I don't know if you have to teach, because if you teach, you're also teaching aesthetic, and aesthetic depends on the person also, which direction he wants to get in. But of course there are things that help, like Cobra or graphical scores. I think they can help, but I don't think it should be taught. I think it can.